Hi everyone, let's talk about railways of the world and railways of Great Britain, but yeah, you could say a lot of similar things about the core gameplay on all of the maps. So it's just a really nice, satisfying route building game, really. It's not a pick up and deliver game. You want, a train on the map that is moving around from city to city. You are establishing these routes, these links, and, upgrading your locomotive, getting operations cards to help you out, getting a lot of loans inevitably to try and build the most effective network, really, the most efficient network based on, a lot of things, based on the board you are playing with, based on the state of the board, how they have come out, how the cubes have come out in relation to the destination cities that are on the map, how the cards are coming out. The starting cards are always going to be the same, a race to deliver different colors of cubes, to deliver a cube first, to deliver a cube 3 steps. I think, at least on the ones that I've played, I've only played a few maps. They've all been the same. But depending on what comes out, the races to different cities that are on there, bonuses for delivering to certain cities. And yeah, a lot is down to how well you can judge that board state, or how well you might be able to guess what your opponents are doing and try and get there first. It can be played like that as well. As you see, if you've seen the playthrough, which I'd recommend it, hopefully give you a better idea of the game than the gibberish I'm spouting. But yeah, it kind of reflects how we play it. We are very, very peaceful players. Don't really get in each other's way, really. If we need to do it, then you can quite easily, you can build through people's rail lines, and it just acts like an overpass. It doesn't get in their way at all. You can play it, quite aggressively and look for where people are going and block them off, or try and establish your thing in there so you can get a taste. Every time they deliver to a city, if your link is there, maybe they're not going to waste an action and a load of money to build around you or build through some different cities and things. Maybe they will just use your link because they're still getting their 4 points or whatever for the delivery, but now you're getting 1 every time they do that. Or as happened in this game, if you can see that they're going to be delivering to London loads, and there's the London card that gives them an extra point for doing it. I want to take that so that every time they're doing their master plan, I'm getting a little bit of something back in it. But yeah, the way we tend to play it usually is like this, where we're kind of separated and just you're trying to just spot from the beginning what is based on the state of the board, based on everything that's come out, what are those golden opportunities, the cities that don't cost much to link together but have got quite complementary goods that you could kind of swap between. And yeah, it's a game where a lot is down to you as well. That you start with no money at all, and that might be a little bit of an issue. I don't know if it's just specific to Rachel, my girlfriend that I play with, hates loans in games, tries not to take them at all. In this game, you have to absolutely take them because you don't start off with any money. And so, and turn auctions to determine first player. I'm not really keen on them either, because yeah, it is a lot of I suppose if you played it more and got more experience with it, you would have a better idea of the value of your turn. But that is kind of the idea of the auctions, isn't it? That it's an unknown, and it's how much do you think that your action is going to be worth. But yeah, that is down to you. The routes that you're taking, it's completely down to you. If you're upgrading your locomotive early, all of this can be done. You can have as many loans as you want, but it can cripple your income because you need to pay 1,000 for every loan that you get. It's going to lose you points at the end of the game. And yeah, you can really get yourself into a mess if you go too deep into debt too soon. But on the other hand, if you get it just right and if you have all of those outgoings, have all of those loans, and you had some perfect opportunities, you really needed your locomotive upgraded quickly because you had a perfect route going and someone else has spotted it and now they're coming for it, all of that plays into it and it comes together really, really beautifully. And there is a lot of variations to the game. I wouldn't like to guess how many maps there are for it now. There's tons. There's 2 base games. There's Railways of Nippon that is, its own standalone base game, but you can, I assume, mix and match. There's loads and loads of different stuff. We've got Railways of Europe and Rodo's run through, where I first heard about the game. Rodo did a run through of the Europe map, if you'd like to take a look at that. There are huge maps that come with it of, Eastern US. I only really play 2 players, so huge maps like that are not very relevant to us, although there are, I look through they've made a big compendium rulebook now. There's an anniversary edition out, And yeah, there's a cutthroat variant, so you can play those maps, but not really interested in that. Yeah, there's a lot of maps, a lot of variation. You know, it comes with new Baron cards specific to your map. These operation cards are specific to the map. They kind of have to be because they refer to locations that are on there. And there are older versions. This was called Railroad Tycoon originally, tying in with the video game of the same name. And some of the maps are a bit different. This used to be the railways of England and Wales, and it used to have an advanced game with a stock market system, but apparently that wasn't very good. So if you buy Railways of Great Britain, as I did at Essen, it just comes with just a new map and a new way to play. And it's nice, isn't it, to play with something that you're familiar with? Yeah. Just pick a map that's good for you, really, based on the player count and if you want to recognize the locations that are on it. Downsides to it, yeah, I mentioned that loans might be a bit of an issue. It can be a long game. It apparently gets too short if you play with the normal two-player rules where you remove a cube from each city. A map like this can get too short, so you don't do that in this. It's absolutely a table hog. When we talk about table hog games, this might be the king of it because every map is absolutely enormous, and you know some of them take up more than this table's pretty big, really. Yeah, they take up the entire thing, especially when you lay out everything else. And with like with the Europe map, we have to have the cards on the map in anywhere we can steal some space. So that's something to think about. You're not going to be playing it on a coffee table, but yeah, and yeah, I think for me, it's a game. There are a lot of games like this where I would only play them in certain situations, like with Rach. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind playing it in the Care Bear way that we play. But yeah, it would turn into a game I hated with probably a lot of players because blocking and you saw there was a take that card that came out. There can be a much more mean side of it if you want to play it like that, but playing it our way is perfectly fine. And yeah, I really enjoy it, and it's one that hopefully as time goes on, just get maps bit by bit. I aren't desperately hungry for them, but I know that the most recent one that was on Kickstarter recently is Railways of Portugal, and that's designed by Vital Lacerda, who is one of my favourite board game designers in general. Lisboa, the Gallerist, Vinos. Monty's just stormed through here, so I assume he wants something, and I'm going to have to finish this, but I was finished anyway. Thanks for watching this. If you'd like to see more playthroughs, I've done hundreds on this channel, and you can find out about all sorts of games. From the playthroughs, of course. Yeah, watch them, like, subscribe, tell me what you think of Railways of the World and its various incarnations. What's your favourite map? Let's have a chat about it after. Bye.